Cheerful morning to you all, my dear students. So here I am starting up with another English class, and today I am taking up chapter number 4 of your grammar book. You remember that yesterday we have completed up parts of speech. That was chapter number 3. So I told you in that lesson that all the words of English language relates to one of the parts of speech, as there are 8 parts of speech. So noun was one of them. So here we are taking up the nouns as the topic, right? So noun is one of the part of speech, and it is chapter 4 of your grammar book. I am repeating here. So here I go with this term, that is, it is a word, right? It is a word, and it is a part of speech. So we see lot many things around us, lot many people around us, lot many places around us, lot many other things which we cannot touch but we can feel. So what are those? Those are nouns. We have given names to those things, isn't it? So those are nouns. Here we go with so we see around persons, and then what do we see? We see many things nearby us. Then what do we see? We see many places around us, and then some ideas also we feel, we realize, we catch, or we pass even. So then what are those? Those are nouns, right? So here are some examples. So here these name of persons, that is boy, girl, common names given to the persons. So these are nouns, as these are representing name of a person. So here again I have more examples. This is doctor, and then fireman, and then penguin. These all are even nouns. Why? Because these even are names of some person or some animal or bird. And then now next we have example of playground and park. So here, what is playground? Playground is a name given to a specific kind of area. Park even is a name given to a specific kind of place. So then what is this? This is even a noun because it is representing a thing, a place, a name of a place. So here country and state are nouns too. So country, India, states, all those states which are there in India, those even are nouns because they are names, given names to something to communicate with others. As I told you that without a noun, how can we communicate with others? How can we tell that about what we are talking, isn't it? So these are quite important. And then here I tell you that there are many nouns which can be seen and which can be touched, right? So here I have given some examples also which you can touch. Here you can see, you may see around yourself, that is plant, you can touch, isn't it? You can see. So what is this? It is a noun. And then window, you can touch and you can see, that again is a noun. And then table, what else I have given? Flower pot, sofa. And here remember, I told you that the things which we can touch are nouns. Only those are not nouns. There are some others even. For example, like as I have mentioned, that flower pot here is a noun. But the fragrance which is coming from that flower pot even is a noun. Though we cannot touch the fragrance, but still we can feel it with a sense of smell. And then beauty, beauty of the room, that again is a noun because that even can be felt, right? So here we come to know that what are nouns. So next we will do types of nouns, right? So here types of nouns, we have 4 types of nouns. One is common, another one is proper, and then third one is collective, and then fourth one is abstract, right? So here we have these 4 kinds of nouns. So as we have already talked that noun is a word and it is a part of speech, and it is that word which represents names, right? So now we will be doing that what is the difference between these 4. So first of all we will take up common and proper nouns. We'll understand by combining these two. So here we are talking about difference between common and proper noun, right? So what is a common noun? Common noun is a name given to a particular class, that is given to a general name given to a person, right? For example, here we have a picture, right? So here what we are seeing? We are seeing girls here in the picture. So girl is a common name to both these girls, which is representing both these girls, isn't it? So girl is a common noun, right? So that is, common noun is a general name given to a particular class of item or of people or of place, whatever, right? And then what is proper noun? So here we get to know that as girl is a common noun, here it is representing both these girls. So now here this is Inayat and this girl is Vedanshi. So now here these 2 different names of this common noun represent that it is a proper noun. That is, it is giving specific name to this girl, this one Inayat and this one Vedanshi. So now we are talking about them in particular manner. So that is a specific name and it is proper noun, right? Now got it? Common noun is a name given in general and that is specific name of a person. More clarify this with help of another comparison, that is here I am taking common noun and the another side proper noun. So here if I talk about country, so country is a general name given to a particular kind, right? And then if I talk about a specific country, suppose I talk about India, so that is a specific name given to a particular kind of country. So it is now this name has become specific, general to specific. So now common to proper, right? So now this word India is a proper noun, right? And then next we have the example of cricketer. So there are many cricketers. Cricketers we have in India also and in other countries, European, Australian, in Australia even. So what when we will talk about a specific cricketer, then it will become a proper noun. For example, here I have taken MS Dhoni. You might be knowing him, isn't it? So it is a proper noun because it is a specific name for that person. So then third one is book. If I talk about book, so books are many. So I cannot specify that which book I am talking about. So then that is a general name given. So then that is a common noun. So now how will I make it a proper noun? I will mention the name of the book, then it will become a proper noun. Here I have given the Bible. The Bible is a particular name, is a specific name given to a kind of book, right? So then I have taken the example month. So there are 12 months in a year. So here if I will say month, that is a general name given to a group of period of 30 or 31 days. And then if I'll be saying the name of that month, So then I would be more specific in that. So then that would be our proper noun. So here I have taken the example April. So now I suppose you must have been cleared with the concept common noun and proper noun. So now I would be shifting up to the next type of noun, that is collective nouns. So now here we have talked about common and proper. So now what are the collective? Collective nouns are the specific names given to a group of people or group of things or group of places. For example, if I am to talk about more than one person, then I would say group of people. So that is, group of people is a collective noun. And then if I am to talk about a team, so then that even is a collective noun, a team of players or a team of members. So here what is the scene? So there are many players, many common nouns in as one, representing as one, that is team. So this team is a collective noun because it involves many common nouns, right? And then if I have one more example, that is flock of birds. So here bird, which is a common noun. So here it's a collection of birds, right? So then collection of more than one common noun would represent a collective noun, right? So here we go with another example, that is bunch. So here we have flower as common noun. If I would have said rose, then it would have been proper noun because I would have given the name rose. But and then flower, common noun. But here I am saying bunch of flowers. So then collection of more than one common noun. So it represents a collective noun, right? So here next we will go up with abstract noun. So that is, finally now we have talked about those things which we could touch. And now we will be talking about those things which we cannot touch. We can just sense with our senses, right? So those things are related to abstract category. That those are abstract nouns. So here I have examples with me. That is love. You cannot touch love. You can feel it, right? So that is an abstract noun. And then next we have happiness. You cannot touch happiness. You just can feel it, isn't it? So that even is an abstract noun. So next I have honesty. Remember I am speaking honesty, right? So then what is this? This even cannot be touched. So this even is felt by any of our sense. So then it is even an abstract noun. So here we finish up with our today's topic of nouns. So rest, the book exercises we will be doing in our next class. So what you need to do is you need to read out the chapter on your own at your homes. So I'll be putting up some questions in my next video. So be prepared for that. Get ready. Till then I'll take a break and then we'll come very shortly. Thank you.